National Engineers Day, Professor Heng, CEO of Singapore Science Centre, Professor Barry Harrywell, Deputy President NUS. When distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, when you know that you are in an Engineers Day event, when the first item that the MC spoke about is how to run when there's a fire. Engineers plan everything. And when I first walked in, I asked Engineer Lee, I said, why are there so few female engineers? And how can we solve this problem? And indeed, as I look at this audience, I think I only see a sprinkling of ladies in the audience. So she said, well, the solution is that male engineers must be seen to be cool. Now, and therefore you will attract many more female engineers, female students enjoy engineering. Now, I don't know whether that's the solution, but I think I'm the last person to talk about how to be cool, but maybe engineers can solve this problem. Now, you will hear later on from engineers on how you can run a business with the engineering knowledge and all the insights of him running many years very successfully of ST. So what I'll do is I'll just say a few general words. Now, engineering has changed the way we live, learn, work, and play. And since Singapore's early days, engineering has been a key contributor to our development. And into the 21st century, we will face many new challenges, and engineers are in a special position to do something to meet these challenges. Whether it is to develop solutions such as new water, a high-grade reclaimed water to sustain Singapore's water needs, or the Semaku landfill project to effectively dispose waste and elevate land constraints, or the ABC waterways, which promotes sustainable stormwater management. Now, an education in engineering and a career in engineering opens up many fascinating challenges and opportunities. And indeed, today the world faces many grand challenges, whether it is about security and sustainability of energy and food supply, the threat of infectious diseases, cybersecurity, climate change, the loss of biodiversity, and so on. Science, technology, and innovation will play a central role towards understanding these grand challenges and in assessing risks and developing effective solutions. Now, at the Institution of Engineers dinner, I said something like, engineers are good problem solvers. And after that, several engineers corrected me and said, no. Yes, indeed, engineers are good problem solvers, but engineers are also creators and inventors. And therefore, today's theme about the power to create is a very apt one, that we need to continue to use the knowledge of engineering to push the frontiers. So a career in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics in this area enables our professionals to have the power to create value, to develop solutions, and to create impactful innovations. So this is a very important area, and our education system must seek to enable our people to seize opportunities and to take on challenges. So we are committed to an education in STEM that not only imparts technical knowledge to students, but nurtures in them an inquisitive attitude, a creative disposition, and an entrepreneurial mindset. At the primary and secondary school levels, students can hone their skills in mathematics and science as core subjects in the curriculum to gain a good foundation in STEM. And some of you may be aware that the way that science is being taught in our school, science and maths is being taught in our school, has changed significantly since the day that many of us in this room were students in the primary and secondary school. For instance, there's a lot more focus on the inquiry-based method, which encourages students to ask questions, to investigate, and to draw conclusions on their own. There's also a lot more focus on applying knowledge in creative ways and to solve problems. And I'm happy to say that in the coming years, Science Centre and the schools are working together on this applied learning program. And in the area of in the STEM area, my hope is that we will provide many more opportunities for students, especially in our secondary schools, to have the opportunity, to have many more opportunities to play, to tinker with things, to make things. And that's how I think you develop a feel for this power to create. Our institutions of higher learning also collaborate with industry to ensure that what students learn are relevant for their future career needs. And again, the emphasis increasingly in the universities is on problem solving, on design, and on innovation. And there are many engineers in this room, and you're most welcome to provide further ideas on how we can do this better. I visited faculties in all our universities to look at what they do in this area, and I must say that there's something that we can be proud of, and something that will equip our students better for their learning and for their future career. Now, besides the efforts of our schools and institutions, I'm also very happy to hear that IES multifaceted approach in promoting engineering education. So, for example, we heard earlier on about the mentorship program, where young engineers can tap on the expertise of veterans to adapt and succeed in the profession, as well as professional development courses for mid-career engineers who aspire to stay current with developments in the field. And indeed, when you think about it, we have to be innovative in engineering education if we want our future engineers to be innovative. And today, engineering education has to mean more than passing examinations and being book smart. Now, we must inspire our students to apply their knowledge creatively and to make things, to create solutions which they can see. So in this regard, I'm very pleased that IES and Science Centre Singapore, as Heng has mentioned earlier, are working together to champion efforts to bring students out of their classrooms into a fascinating world of engineering at this National Engineers Day and the Singapore Mini Maker Fair. And with very good support from co-organizers A-Star, IDA, and NUS. I understand that this is the first year that you all have come together to organize a festival celebrating the ingenuity and achievements of engineers and to enthuse students to take up engineering as a course of study. I looked at the program, and I must say it's a very rich lineup of activities. And if I were a student, I'd find it hard to choose which one to go to. Now today, I'm also happy to say that Singapore Polytechnic is launching a robotics and maker program in collaboration with IDA. Through this enrichment program, primary and secondary school students will get to own and create robots in the virtual world, with the possibility of building them into real physical robots, enabling interactions between the virtual world and the physical world. This program complements our other initiatives, such as Code for Fun program, that we are piloting with the primary and secondary schools, as well as the IDA Labs program, to develop talent as part of Singapore's Smart Nation initiative. Now let me congratulate the individuals and the teams who will be receiving engineering awards today. I think award winners exemplify how engineering contributes to a better world. For example, by harnessing the power to create, they have embarked on projects that have led to a difference in our lives, both big and small. So let me highlight just a few examples from the IES prestigious Engineering Achievement Awards. Now, A-Stars, the Institute of Microelectronics, have come up with something called the Energy Harvester. This energy harvester converts low-frequency vibrations and abundant energy source in our surroundings into electricity to power small-scale electronic devices indefinitely. JTC Corporation has harnessed new technologies in rubbish capping and landfill gas mitigation. And JTC has also implemented creative engineering solutions for ground improvement in the Lorong Halus project, Singapore's first large-scale project to convert old rubbish filling ground to industrial land. So from providing alternative energy sources to creating new land for Singapore, our engineers all play a significant role in laying a better future for Singapore. And it's not just the experienced engineers who have done well. The young winners of the IES Design Awards have also shown that they can also, despite their age, make a difference to the lives of people. I'm heartened to hear of the passion of our winners today in channeling our youthful creativity to extend help to those who need it most, specifically the elderly and handicapped. One of the winning teams has created an Android application that detects the movements of patients who have difficulty balancing themselves during physiotherapy sessions and recommends exercises to benefit these patients. Another team has devised a walking frame that suits stairs and steps of varying heights and widths to maximize stability and safety. There's yet another team that's invented an intelligent medication scheduler to ensure the elderly takes their medication in the right dosage and on time. So it is indeed encouraging to see how our students are, from a very young age, already involved in such productive innovation. So I hope that all our young winners can keep up their passion to innovate and improve the lives of people in need. So to the winning teams of the IES prestigious Engineering Achievement Awards, thank you for contributing to the well-being of our people and communities by accomplishing outstanding engineering projects. To the young winners of the IES Design Awards, you should be proud of yourself for using what you have learned in school to make a difference to the lives of the elderly and the handicapped and to improve the lives of the community. I hope that you can keep up this passion to innovate and to